In the vast silence of the universe, there are moments that echo louder than thunder, and decisions that ripple across the very fabric of existence. One such moment began not on Earth, but on a distant, ancient world, long before humans ever took their first breath. We often imagine creation as a divine miracle, a spark, a command, a celestial hand forming life from dust. But in Prometheus, Ridley Scott offers a different vision, one far more raw, sacrificial, and deeply haunting. A lone figure stands on the precipice of a monumental decision. He is not human, though his form resembles us. He is stronger, taller, purer, a being bred not just from flesh, but from purpose. His kind is known only as the engineers, advanced creators of life, wandering the galaxy with godlike technology and enigmatic intent. As the cold wind howls across the ancient terrain, a sleek ship begins to rise above him, lifting into the clouds like a specter fading into myth. His brethren are leaving, but he remains, not because he is forsaken, but because he is chosen, or perhaps, he volunteered. It's never made clear, but what is clear is that he is about to do something irreversible. In his hand, he holds a small cup, ornate, alien in design, and filled with a thick black liquid that swirls like living ink. This substance is no ordinary poison. It is a biomechanical agent, engineered to break down organic matter, rewrite DNA, and reshape it into something new. It is death, and it is life. Destruction and rebirth in a single sip. He does not hesitate. There is no ceremony, no choir of angels, no thunderous music. Just silence and resolve. He drinks. Almost instantly, the effects begin. His veins swell, his skin turns dark. Internally, his cells are being torn apart, his DNA unraveling like threads from a tapestry. His body convulses, muscles contracting in pain, but he does not cry out. There is no room for fear in this act, only purpose. He stumbles toward the edge and falls into a vast, roaring waterfall below. His body hits the water and begins to dissolve. Bones, organs, tissue, all disintegrating. And as his form fades, something extraordinary happens. His genetic material, the very blueprint of his being, merges with the water, scattering into the currents of this empty world. The sacrifice is complete, and though he dies, something else begins. From his broken body, life takes root, not immediately, not in days or even centuries, but over eons. First, in the water, microorganisms begin to form. Bacteria, algae, then simple multicellular life, then creatures that swim, crawl, and eventually walk. Evolution unfolds like a slow-motion miracle, sculpting life from the fragments of an alien sacrifice. Forests rise, dinosaurs rule, extinction clears the path, and eventually, humanity appears. We are not born of Earth alone. We are not the result of random chemical dances. We are the children of something greater, something not entirely benevolent, and certainly not divine in the way we once imagined. We are the legacy of a being who chose to fall, so that something else might rise. But why? Why would an advanced species, capable of creating life across galaxies, choose to die for a primitive planet? What did they see in Earth, in its blank canvas, that was worth the cost of one of their own? Some believe it was an act of love, others, a duty, perhaps even an experiment, but whatever the motive, the message is clear. Our existence began with a sacrifice. And yet, the story doesn't end there. Centuries later, when humanity begins to explore the stars, we uncover fragments of our forgotten origins. Star maps, alien ruins, strange DNA that mirrors our own, clues that lead us to one inevitable conclusion: we were created. Engineered, designed. This realization is both awe-inspiring and terrifying, because if we were made, then those who made us might one day return. And what if they're not pleased with what we've become? In Prometheus, the crew of the spaceship discovers this ancient truth, and it shakes them to their core. They journey across the cosmos seeking answers, and instead find judgment. They learn that the engineers, those same beings who sacrificed themselves to give life to Earth, later decided to destroy their own creation. But again, why? Perhaps they saw humanity's violence, our wars, our greed, our recklessness with the gift of life. Maybe they saw in us a reflection of their own past mistakes. Or perhaps it was never personal. Perhaps we were just a failed experiment, a genetic project gone wrong, ready to be erased and started anew. And this is where the true power of Prometheus lies, not in its monsters or action, but in its questions. Who are we, really? What if the gods we've imagined weren't gods at all, but flawed creators, capable of both greatness and regret? What if the beginning of life was not a divine blessing, but a calculated risk? And most disturbingly, what if our creators, like us, were just trying to understand their place in a universe that offers no answers? The engineer's sacrifice is both tragic and beautiful. In that one act, we see the entire spectrum of creation: pain, transformation, loss, and legacy. He gave everything and asked for nothing. No worship, no monuments, not even remembrance. His name is not known. His face disappears in the tide, and yet, every living thing that crawled out of that water carries a piece of him. Even you, even me, we are the aftershock of his decision. We are the consequence of his fall. And in that sense, Prometheus is not just science fiction, it is myth. A modern creation story reimagined through the lens of space, biology, and existential fear. Because deep down, we all wonder, where did we come from? Why are we here? And Prometheus dares to answer, not with certainty, but with possibility. That maybe, just maybe, our lives are built on the shoulders of forgotten giants. That maybe our purpose isn't written in holy books, but in ancient star charts buried beneath alien ruins. That maybe, the divine isn't up above us, but behind us. A shadow fading into time, the engineer's sacrifice echoes not because it's grand or loud, but because it is silent and absolute. He gave his body to a planet that had nothing, and from that gift, life exploded. That act is both horrifying and holy. He didn't just create life. He became life, and if we ever find them again, those ancient creators, what will we say? Will we thank them, apologize, ask for answers, or will we repeat their mistake? Because now we are the engineers. We build life, we play with DNA, we create intelligence, and like them, we stand on the edge of a waterfall, holding a cup filled with the unknown, ready to drink. The question is, will we understand the cost?